Folks, there is real hardship and misery. In other words, Matzo Man and Webby. Hello, Matzo.
Hello and best regards.
How are our roles divided? Who is need? Who is misery?
I am Need.
Good, then I am misery. We actually have problems with the Babsons, with the Barbarians. Above all, we are worried about Desert Ship. Matzo, what happens if our last defender dies and if they move into the unit?
Yes, then the city will be taken and it will basically be burned down. Depending on how much you've developed it, the longer it will take, of course. You also still have time. I tested this myself and was positively surprised to recapture the city, but you should have your units there quickly. I suspect that Good Eben, with his fast chariots, is also sensing an opportunity to say, maybe I can use this to capture another city.
However, we don't have any enemies with him, so we're not at war. But the moment Desert Ship no longer carries our colors and our coat of arms, it naturally becomes a prize, a potential target for our neutral neighbors. Always a risk. Although I remember there were 1 or 2 Solar Civilization 6 games, Matse, where we used it the other way around when a neighbor had trouble with the Barbarians. Afterwards, we also took what we wanted as a gift.
I can't remember that. We definitely never did anything that mean.
No, never, not at all. So the question is, first we do Nasafusa first, so we can move back and forth here. God, Matsubi Matsupitsu, Matse, where will this end?
Can we still buy walls there?
No.
Thought of it too late.
Oh dear, Matze. Yeah, how about it, Matze? Ride Squid and Ponyhof Simulator, Seminator.
Maybe later. Now I want to ask you, dear Daniel, come on, quickly move the units over there. If Mazupizzo falls, then I'll fall too. I'll drop dead right here from my chair, Grandma. You don't want that.
I'm trying to lure the units away with the scout, but I don't have a settler right now. That's why the scout is the decoy. What are we doing? Let's attack from here. Can we kill him? No, and he'll probably kill us. We have the fortification, but it doesn't work exactly like a city wall. Whoa, Matze. I think we need to switch seats again. Let's look down here. Oh yeah, this doesn't look too bad here. We were able to put some pressure here. That means we'll fight from here. Over here. From here. Wait, excuse me. From here. Right here. Got it? You can do it? Yes, it works. And do we kill him? Yeah, take a look at this, Matze. Points, stuck the landing. Wonderful. Very nice. Wow. That worked. Yes, we could still shoot with him. Here or here? One's here. And we drew all of them. You can kill it and barely survive. Let's see if that works. Oh, come on, Matze. How many life points does he have left? 1, 2, 3 at most. The dumb thing is, all those units that barely made it, we've just killed so many people. Glory and honor to all murderers, meaning the 2 of us. But the problem is our units, at least the melee units, are left wounded and can't be sent into the next battles right away. That's a bit stupid. They have to heal here first. Yes. But he can move them up. They might be able to help here on the left at the last minute. I'll send them ahead, even if they die. We have to. We urgently need a distraction up here. Their leader, he plans to do that too. Yes, we need to heal here once. On neutral territory, he's slow, but what can you do? And with the others, we're now heading west. We have to kill the commander because he's taking up space. Control zone and company fire once.
You're shooting over the forest, which isn't possible. You need to move up to the road first.
Then I'll shoot with this one.
Or like that.
Once over here to the left. More and more castle defenders in production, endlessly.
What do you think about a chariot that's a bit faster and could maybe get into the battle more quickly?
Chariots forward. Like this once. And we can even make 2 chariots based on the reasoning Matze just gave. And another round forward. Our settlements are still holding. Desert Ship is alive. Wet Feet is alive. And Matzo Pizzo. So if we manage to get them through, it would be half a miracle. Thanks to Grota Gruterian for the 76th subscription. Hey everyone. Thank you for the kind sentence you wrote. And once again, a warm welcome here. Can we ask something useful with the money? Asked North Borman. I think he wants a gift from us. You're not getting anything here. Neither North nor bone nor man. What could we do with the money? Buy troops at the front. Could buy a chariot in Wet Feet. That won't work since it says initiate there. It costs 120 expensive fun.
Maybe we could do that in Matzo Pizzo next round, that we pull out one of the archer units and get a new unit there instead.
We can do that. Thank you, that's a good idea. Then we would move on to the desert tile because I think it's not impassable, then he can still fire. Look, our scout is sacrificing himself and distracting the enemy. A hero's death. He also volunteered after I pointed at him. Also in Wüstenschiff?
We could do that?
Yes. It looks very positive. We could... Careful, that's all. Is that overgrown? No. If we move here, we can still fire again. The question is, would we survive that? Why would we buy the unit with influence? If we identify them, could we then in one turn... Well, that's just guessing, right? Could we still fight in the same turn then? We don't know where they are.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly the spearman. He only has one of those. Should we do that? Save and test quickly.
That's a good idea. Press F5 once. That was obviously wrong just now. Once. And? Can we fight in the same turn? Yes, it works. Attack the spearman once. No, then we'll do it differently now. Then we don't need to buy any unit here, Matze. Yeah, then the money will be saved for elsewhere. Because we can wear it down anyway. Fire at will from here. One follow-up shot. But now explain one thing to me. Why don't they clear this village out? He was already in there just now, wasn't he?
I've noticed that too. And also with us in the north, with the Egyptians, who were then standing in the other enemy barbarian village. I can't explain it. Maybe they need to adjust how the AI handles that. Matzeman says he's healing.
Ja, Matzeman sagt, heilt aus. I can't imagine that when you have a hostile settlement, well, it's not really a settlement, it will probably be treated like a normal terrain tile in terms of gameplay. And not like your own territory, it's still foreign. It's neutral at best. I doubt you'll heal faster there than anywhere else. Yes.
Well, I'll see if it's still there next round. If it's still there next round, I really don't see any reason why it shouldn't be resolved by Eben.
So we've solved that problem. We've solved that problem. Now there's only one left. That's Mazupizum. And that's where we said we'd buy a unit. That means we'll move it onto this desert tile. Now let's buy another archer.
Or city walls, or city walls.
240. 440, and we have 566. Both work, right? City walls, please.
Now we can't buy any more units?
Why is that?
Yeah, Civ 7 game rule. You can only buy one thing, so you can buy multiple buildings, but only one. So if you can only buy one unit per turn.
I forgot about that. It comes down to the same thing. The place is now well secured with a city wall. No one will get through there so easily, and we can put pressure from the east. That's not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Have all the archers do it once.
Please protect the commander urgently. I have, my heart just skipped a beat here. Daniel, how could you?
How nervous you can be.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, folks. So we are here in the territory of Matsupiku. I mean, I can look out of my window here and see WB, how he's riding back and forth on the chariot behind the leader, putting himself in mortal danger just to protect us.
Increased population. It has grown big and crooked. We could get some silk. When you talk, you get Nasifusa. That's actually our main focus, so we can leave out growth for now. Oh right, that was the sea. We're not using that right now. That's actually Worm at Wumpamatsa, right?
So, if in doubt, I always prefer the resources which stay in the game into the later eras. You can't go wrong with that.
Here, yes, let's get him back to the preserve. 4 rounds already in Mazupizzo, the next citizen. And the guide stays here. Oops, I can't click to skip a turn at all. Why is that? That's one of those Sif secrets again, right?
Yeah, I can't answer that for you.
Does it work with the spacebar? Spacebar? The control zone? Not that either. It's a mystery to me. All I can tell you is please stay there. It's a mystery to me. Inca handle? Oh, right, because we just got the silk resources. Let's put them in here. 25 culture and now 27. There's our spearman, we need him. I'm also keeping an eye on the era progress, and if we reach 90 Kushana, we'll get new military units again. But we can't speed up the resolution because we can't get into the place. I'd at least like to wipe out the Olmecans first. That would be a pleasure for me.
Yeah.
We can do that with the units we have there. Let's move the chariot over here. I don't think we need the second one anymore. Because their production is faster. I would actually keep building units, Matze.
Yeah, because even if we disband them now, new ones will spawn again when we change ages. So we can't really claim that we've cleaned up or that everything is fine.
With a bit of luck, we can move in here next round. So there's nothing to do here either. One more turn. So far, have we been luckier than smart? Or were we so smart that we didn't need luck, Matze?
Probably a mix of both, to be honest.
Isn't it amazing that we haven't lost a single settlement?
Yeah, well, I don't want to complain, so you don't want me to complain?
Not about that, but let me put it this way. What surprises me even more is simply the fact that no one in the chat is praising us for this intellectual feat we've accomplished here. I find that very disappointing on a human level. I'm just being honest. Next round. Take a look here.
Yes?
Barbarians have destroyed another settlement. And they have moved out of Kushana. Yes.
Yes, wonderful.
Now come in here. I think that's rough terrain. Will that still work this round? Yes. We didn't have a commander nearby at all, so we don't have to worry about the XP. That was so important. Well, do you think it's possible that the village could respawn again on turn 90?
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Ideally, we place on as many terrain tiles as possible. And hoping that the AI, that the program has something like some kind of checks that a barbarian can't spawn right next to one of your own units, for example.
Or, well, that would be cool. I was wondering about that anyway. Because let's take a look at the tile where the archer just triggered the village. That's within 3 tiles of an existing city, so we wouldn't be allowed to found our own settlement there, but a barbarian village still appeared there. So let's see where and when the next friends will come to visit.
Yes. Many thanks to Darren von Weiss. Hello Sasha, WB is being praised for once, and all of that spontaneously, thank you. And King Jono Giovanna says, it is a privilege to know you, Warzoman and WB. Thank you very much. And what Winstonix wrote, I won't read out loud. So, should I distribute some units here? You don't know where else we should move right now. We'll heal up ahead. We'll stay here for now, 2 tiles apart. So they can't spawn within our own borders. Put him up here in the front. Let's block a few terrain tiles together. So it's a triangle, every 2 spaces apart, hoping that we can trick the program up here as well. We'll pull this one up. Great music again, huh? They have sublime sounds. A question of conscience. Well, you can't call it a question of conscience. It's more of a philosophical question to the chat on Twitch and maybe to the people on YouTube. Which game has the more epic music? Civilization 7. Or Old World? The 4X game in the article. Which game has the more epic music? Old World or Civ 7? I'm writing it down on a little note for myself, my personal opinion. I don't want to influence you. I think Matze doesn't have a pen and paper nearby, right?
Yes, I do.
Then you write it down secretly too. Which game you think it is, and we'll hold up our notes in a moment. Which game has the more epic music, Civilization 7 or Old World? Very quickly, guys. No, not which game you generally prefer. Which one has the better and cooler music? Civilization 7 or Old World? No one in the chat has decided yet. My question isn't getting feedback in the chat, so I'll keep playing and wait for answers. Here's the first one, Old World. That's Neron from Vice. Here comes the first one. The next one says Old World. The third one says Old World. Senor Jalapeno with a well-balanced opinion. Civilization 7 has a broader variety. But what I like is that some individual tracks are better in Old World. Max Crane, also Old World. Indigo, also Old World. And the Watchers have 7. Matze, hold up your little note. It's clue 7. 1 Civ 7 with Matze and 1 little note with WB. Can you see it? And it says Old World. 50 on our side.
Well, I have to say, I think there's a song in Old World. I think it's so great. I get excited every time it comes on. And with Civ 7, I think the music has become noticeably better and more varied with the update. Honestly, I have to say that in the second and especially in the third era, the music tended to get on my nerves in Civ 7 before. In the meantime, I've become a fan of it again.
I'll go ahead and attack a little. I'll try to get us into the Olmecs and get them massacred. We'll do a bit of bombardment from above. There's no other way. I'll give up the temporary fortification there, even if the chariot might move in. We'll put the archers at the front. Then he'll move right in up here. I would leave that one standing here. I don't dare to launch an attack here. That weakens us too much. You can also just click on skip a turn here. Yes, strangely enough, it works here. We could attack the spearman once. I'll do that. He suffered badly. Iceland next turn. What's going on with the Olmecs? I don't know. The Egyptians came in from above. Crazy. Here come the Egyptians. Then I'll attack the Egyptians from here because I find the sword and the chariot more dangerous than the spearman, even if we can kill him. Now we're attacking the Almec and Olmec settlement from all sides with our archers.
You can also launch a group attack with the commander. That way you'll get a few extra.
I have 1 unit left, checkpoints. I can't get them all anymore, that's okay.
That works with the melee fighters too.
Does ranged attack work with melee fighters? No.
As a commander, you can also instruct your troops to make a melee attack together.
I'd rather try it, yes, but I don't think moving them around works that well. We'll attack once more from the 2 of them will switch places. Because I want to pull the melee fighter who's standing here with the leader into the captured settlement and then raise it. Fire here once more. I'm attacking from here. That's how it works. Now he's in there and can raise it. He can. Great. We did it, Matze. The Olmecs are history. They really are history after all. I hope no descendant of the Olmecs is listening right now. That would have been a bit politically incorrect. But the Olmecs wanted to take Machu Picchu, and I'll put it the other way around. We are the descendants of the Machu Picchuans. Dear viewers who want their city to survive, you are also a descendant. You are also a Machu Picchuan. That's also your current citizenship, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, it was hard earned and I'm very proud of it.
Question in the chat. Who among you is a Mazu Pizzoan? Is Matze the only one, or are there more fans? Yes, we're a few up here in the front. Buying the city wall was a good idea of yours, I have to say. Well, I'm guessing nothing will spawn here anymore. That means we can use the units. We still need to ask again if they'll grant us peace by now. Yes, Matze. Yay, thank the Holy Bull. Finally possible. Phew.
Great.
Awesome. Great, very nice. We actually did it and kept all our settlements. In the double war both against the Wharton and the Barbarians so far. Fingers crossed, Matze.
Great, great. Now we can actually move north towards Numida again, and maybe we can take them out too.
How many did we take out? 4, right? I think so.
So we're in a good spot. So
we should just barely be able to take out Numida before a ton of units spawn again, right?
yeah, or the enemy city, as I always say, so those independents that actually don't come from the crisis, the ones lying in the east with wet feet, they're always pretty annoying too. That would be another idea too.
They're closer, so we already have 85% age progress. I think they're easier to handle than those up front.
Got it.
No. Advance with the other units towards the objective. Still producing archers. I would stop for now, Matze, or we can prioritize the arena.
I think we can still afford 2 more archers. Let's keep building them. I'm afraid the barbarians might regroup. We just drove them off and maybe even made them stronger. So who knows, they might come back.
Best regards to Charlie Harper, greetings to Jake and everyone there. Congratulations on 4 years, 48 months with us. Best regards to Charlie Harper, it's a great honor. Have fun making music on the piano. And so here we always have to spread out, let's just say, fortify. Fortify is very good, Matze. Fortify, 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 with a distance of 2 spaces each. Oh.
The chariot can go east and just try on its own to go up against this city instead of staying in front of it. What do you think? Can it do it?
Let's test it. Maybe we'll be lucky since the big AI opponents have already cleared out a lot of units. We have to be a bit careful so they survive. I'd say we dig in here. No, let's heal. Let's play it safe and heal up here at the front. She's moving. Move up towards Numi over there. One row further. What do you think about the fact that in 7, unlike the previous version, during the round change all AI units, no matter which faction, neutral or any other faction or whatever, all move at the same time? So you don't really know where you'd most like to look on the map at any given moment.
Yeah, that's true. That's how it is. The turn transition itself is also noticeably faster, you have to admit. Compared to Civ 6, I think that's another topic that just comes into play. I think with Civ 6, it just took so long, and we had the feeling that it happened more or less one after the other, but it just took much longer to calculate. I don't even think that was such a conscious change. So to the question, how do I like it? Not that much. I do like that there's now this auto toggle, that when you're being attacked, the camera automatically pans over and says, hey, something's happening there, because otherwise it was really, really hard to keep track of things.
We carefully move forward and unfortunately we immediately drive into rough terrain and come under fire. We end up with 2 units there. We can't see both of them from up there at the same time. Do we still have a chariot somewhere around here? Unfortunately not. Those are enemies, but ones that wouldn't attack us. We'll go for healing. We can try archers. Whether that... Bogenschützen können aber vorziehen und dann feuern. Only video, that's it. Oder nicht. It's empty. That's cool. Now let's see, is there still a village in Omnigalia?
Very practical.
My favorite opponents are the ones who are defenseless. How about you? Yeah.
So every dead opponent is a good opponent.
No. Do you actually think that computer games, specifically strategy games, make people more brutal? What?
Temporarily, definitely, I would say so.
Yes. Question in the chat. Do you think that if you've played Civ or any other strategy game for a longer period of time, not the pony simulator, but something with war and death, that it kind of leads you astray as a person? Yeah, so let's say you're sitting in front of the monitor playing Civ 7 for 3 hours straight, then you stagger over to your mom, dad, your lovely kids, or your spouse. And then you say something like, move over, I have more XP, or something like, no need to bunker down, I've leveled up my skills. Das Bohnen says, I only get rough when Matsu's drinking. King Jono says, yeah, I always say that. Move a little further up here. He stays here and watches for Fine and Ausschau. The north, please. One more round, let's check our cities. Is everything okay so far? Yes.
We should send our commander up north as well. He needs to gain more experience points when we disband the village there.
Very good point. One more turn and we should get the Numida. Before the 90%, it's going to be a bit tight here. Minor injury.
It's geometry in the sum of the sides. There is music in the distance of the spheres.
What's this here? Spherical Earth. A project? Yes.
That's a project. It gives you points towards the science victory. You need 100, and then you basically win immediately as soon as you have a launch pad in the third era. So 5 points is pretty cool, and a science attribute point for our leader. I'll leave whether we do that as a question for now.
Let's see, we can only do that in our only city, Cusco, and check how long something like that would take. 11 turns, Matze. Who knows if by then the game, well, this era will already be over.
Yeah, I'd rather build the oracle to know exactly when the era will end than to somehow postulate a spherical Earth.
Could someone else snatch the spherical Earth from right under our noses?
Each Civ can simply research that independently and then get the points for it, so there's no time pressure there.
Honestly, I'd rather build the academy again. Yeah, after the arena. We'll finish the arena first, then we'll keep building, and then things will keep moving forward here as well. Let's see if we can take over this village here.